mío, 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 con lo mío no se meta, con lo mío, 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 con lo mío no se meta, o es que usted no ha comprendido que es lo que no se respeta y que para un desafío hay que ser mujer.
Yeah, she's already applying some vocal distortions. That's great. I wasn't expecting. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back in the studio with a good cup of coffee for one more vocal analysis. And this will be a really special video. I received an email from this gentleman called Roimer Lopez. He's from Venezuela, and he's been following the content here in the channel, and he made a recommendation. He told me to listen and analyze this lady called Emily Galaviz. I don't know the right pronunciation for that, but he told me that this genre of music that's called joropo is really strong and really dear to people from Venezuela, and that this song, I don't know how to pronounce it, but I believe it's Popurri #1, is basically a medley of a set of different songs in this genre. And he told me that the singer Emily shows fantastic musical and vocal skills in this performance. Roimer, thank you so much for sending me the email. If you also want to leave me some recommendations, you can comment them down below, or do as Roimer and send me an email. For those who are just getting here, my name is stylistic. I'm a singer-songwriter and voice teacher. I just released a new song of mine. It's called The Crown My Fall. It's a rock song, and I'm about to release another song. It's called I'll Be There. This one has some rock vocals, but it goes more into the pop side of things. So I'm really excited for that. I'll leave the link for my Spotify below. And this is back to school month, and because of that, I'm putting my singing course Building Your Voice on sale. It's on sale right now. I have a really special price, and I don't know how long I'm keeping that price. So if you want to develop your voice, learn all the skills that we will be talking about here, and we talked about here in the other videos, different vocal schemes, vocal distortions, vocal physiology, breathing, all of that we cover inside the course Building Your Voice. I'll also leave the link for the course down below. Alright, so without further ado, let's listen to Emily Galaviz.
Otra vez. Ya, ok, llegas, te sientas, yo te pongo el parar. Te arranca. 2, 3 y...
It's very interesting. I already appreciate the fact that she's using in-ears. I love the bass.
Con lo mío, 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 con lo mío no se meta, con lo mío, 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 con lo mío no se meta, o es que usted no ha comprendido que es lo que no se respeta y que para un desafío hay que ser mujer.
Yeah, she's already applying some vocal distortions. That's great. I wasn't expecting that. Glorious vocal distortions. It's happening at the level of the vocal fold, so we have the arytenoid cartilages creating that crackling sound. Sometimes I'm also hearing some supraglottic structures. The vestibular folds. So this is like she just started to sing, and we already have two different kinds of vocal distortions there. Vibrato? It's so good. I promise you guys that I won't be stopping too much on this one just because the video is quite long, even though I feel like we would have material to stop like every 3 seconds to analyze.
Se lo digo por las buenas, aquí a mi casa no se viene a coquetear, mejor se va y evitamos un problema, verdad vecina, mejor no venga más, porque me pone nerviosa y no se sabe cómo puede.
And sometimes she's opening a bit more space, but I would say that the ending of the phrases is usually quite bright. Like I'm singing like this and then I narrow the spaces so that the sound becomes brighter.
Reaccionar con su rival, la mujer cuando es celosa, con lo mío, 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 con lo mío no se meta, con lo mío, 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 con lo mío no se meta, o es que usted no ha comprendido
not only a vowel change, vocal tract position. So the shape, especially the soft palate shape, she's shaped in different ways to bring up more dark / low harmonics or higher harmonics. And because of that, the tone changes as well. When it comes to the words, the only word there that I'm understanding every now and then is marido, which I know that means husband. Funny enough, I understand a lot of Spanish when I'm listening to people speaking Spanish. I can't reply back, but I can understand most of it. But this is just super fast for my comprehension. This is, she already starts quite high. La! This is already a B4. La! And then she goes to the E.
Va colgando de un hilito mi corazón, mi corazoncito. Busco refugio en otro amorcito.
Sita! We have a bit of passive vocal schemes there, so más mobilize.
Mi gabancita sigue tu empeño.
But then the endings.
Esto parece un guayabo eterno, más que un infierno,
Active.
esto es un capricho y como vivo de su recuerdo. El dolor es sabroso.
Gregorian voice, so passive vocal folds but still projected. Oh, a breathy voice.
Va colgando de un hilito mi corazoncito. Busco refugio en otro amorcito. Mi gabancito sigue tu empeño. Esto parece un guayabo eterno, más que un infierno, esto es un capricho y como vivo de su recuerdo. El dolor es sabrosito.
Everything is so fast. I love it. All of them look so young. I think she's barely 18. That sounded great. Like, it makes me think of old rock songs, like those sustained high notes. It makes me think of Iron Maiden. She holds, and then applies some vibrato.
Ay, gabancito, ay, gabán, ay, gabancito, yo también sufrí bastante cuando perdí mi amorcito. Por la vasta inmensidad del llano que ha florecido, viene cruzando un gabán con rumbo desconocido. En su vuelo triste y leve va despertando caminos. Va despertando caminos cruzando la soledad del horizonte perdido. Va detrás de su gabana que con otro se le ha ido. Ay, gabancito, ay, gabán, ay, gabancito, yo también sufrí bastante cuando perdí mi amorcito.
It is hard to sing that E with the E vowel. Because everything is so narrowed. It's easier to sing higher when we have like open spaces. That's the reason why sometimes we tend to modify a bit the vowels when we go higher. And instead of singing E, we would maybe change that to E. But still, she did it with E. Sounded fantastic.
Podrán
But
besar
it's a
tus
challenge.
labios, te podrán tocar tu cuerpo, mas aunque quieran no pueden, mi amor, tocarte por dentro, porque tu alma con la mía mantienen un juramento y eso no podrá borrarlo ningún tipo de sentimiento.
Oh.
Por eso aunque te estés lejos, cerquita de mí te siento, y si sufres vida mía siento un puyazo en el pecho, pero cuando estás feliz también me siento contento, es que lo que comparto.
Oh, I got my words. When you're happy, I also feel happy. Something like that.
No lo anulará ni el tiempo.
Yeah, some passive vocal schemes. She's singing mostly with active vocal schemes. That means that the vocal folds are closing by volition. We have more muscle tension, more compression. But every now and then she changes into a passive vocal scheme to make it more dramatic, you know?
A mi Dios le doy las gracias por el día de nuestro encuentro. Él te puso en mi camino en el preciso momento cuando más necesitaba. orientación y afecto de un querer como tú, con tanto conocimiento.
All the musicians used to be, everyone needs to be quite skilled to be able to play this kind of music. This is so fast and lots of
Del
notes.
oeste, ay del oeste, matorrales y caminos.
Ra, 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 and a lot of those R's as well that we don't have, like, not, at least it's not that strong in English. Yeah, it's almost like a tongue roll as an exercise that we use in singing. She's using a bunch of that R.
Adiós llanos del oeste, ay del oeste, matorrales y caminos. No sabes con qué dolor.
Okay, I have a question for you guys that live or are from Venezuela and know these songs, the original version of the songs. Because again, I believe that this is a medley of different songs. The original versions of these songs already have that, or those vocal distortions. Or this is something that she's into and she introduced to the songs. You know what I mean? I guess my question would be, is she singing that distortion because the distortion was originally there? Or is she adding those techniques into the song to sound more like her?
Con qué dolor de tu día no me despido. No sabes con qué dolor de tu día no me despido.
Listen. See?
Ayer tarde estaba yo, allí en Apure cantando muy divertido. Ayer tarde estaba yo, allí en Apure.
We have some yodels here and there as well. Yodels are when you have an abrupt change between an active scheme and a passive scheme. And you're changing abruptly between them. You have a controlled or intentional break. We can discuss whether it has to be intentional or not. I'm not doing this right now just because, again, this video that we're watching is quite long. I don't want my video to be extremely long for you guys. But we can talk. Let me know in the comments if you like a video specifically on yodels.
Cantando muy divertido, recordando para mí, sí, para mí, aquellos ya no queridos. Recordando para mí, sí, para mí, aquellos ya no queridos.
Yeah, something else that I feel is that the melodic structure, the notes that she's singing, do not feel so obvious to me, or that melody doesn't feel that obvious to me, because it's also a culture or a cultural thing. Probably people who grew up listening to this kind of music, it feels quite natural to sing these notes, but I suppose that with my background in pop rock music, it would be a challenge to get used to singing those melodies without without singing wrong notes, basically, because my ears are not so used to this kind of melodies. But it sounds so beautiful. I also love her performance, her physical performance, the dancing and the hand gestures. Everything is on point. It's not only the singing. Of course, the singing is fantastic, but she's a complete artist. This harpist is something else. The guy is amazing.
No por el que esté creyendo, estoy pasada de moda. Aquí hay Emily Parrátares cuando echa de broma. Ni me ponen ni me quitan, de aquí me bajo sola. Arrópense pa' que sudan mi fiebre con una rocola. No es porque lo diga yo, sino que lo han comentado. Mi nombre de boca en boca hasta Colombia ha llegado. De moda que canto joropo, de moda que Dios me ha ayudado. Yo soy una morena fina, que no me traga ni un bocao. El que me traga le queda el tarugo atravesado. Porque lo diga yo, ya usted lo habrá comprobado. Se me que cuando me toca suena más que uno desfiado. De moda que canto joropo, de moda que Dios me ha ayudado. Yo soy una morena fina, que no me traga ni un bocao. El que me traga le queda el tarugo atravesado. ¿Verdad que sí? ¿Verdad que yo? De moda no hay otra, solamente yo. ¿Verdad que sí, que sí, que sí? De moda que yo, que yo, que yo.
I love the distortions
De moda no
there.
hay otra, solamente yo. ¿Verdad que sí, que sí, que sí? De moda que yo, que yo, que yo. De moda no hay otra, solamente yo.
Hey yo! Hey yo! That's so nice! What an example of worn voice. By the way, worn voice is when we keep our vocal folds in active tension, that compression, the vocal folds closing by volition, so we have all that muscle tension and we are still stretching the vocal folds to reach notes higher than E4. And what she was doing was quite higher than that. Let's listen again. I think it was the B. And then she just held that. Like it was nothing. But pay attention to the vocal tract position. She's not going for no, she's narrowing the vocal tract, aiming for that really bright sound. Opening the mouth. Lots of vibratos, and I love that. The dancing, the microphone movements. Okay, this is amazing. Emily is a fantastic singer, and we had a lot in there. The name of this song as performed by Emily is Popurri #1, and yeah, fantastic. Roimer, thank you so much for suggesting this song. I really appreciate the suggestion, and I'm glad to get to listen to this fantastic artist. So thank you so much. Guys, if you also want to recommend me songs to analyze, please do down below. And if you want to learn these techniques, if you want to learn ornaments just as yodels, vibratos, runs, if you want to learn vocal distortions like the ones that she is using here, or some other vocal distortions that are more suitable for rock or metal, that's also inside my course Building Your Voice. We also talk about active vocal schemes, passive vocal schemes. We have a bonus module on music theory for singers, and we have a vocal exercise library for you to practice all of the techniques that we cover inside the course. So again, that's my course Building Your Voice is on sale now for back to school month. I would love to see you on the other side so that we can discuss more about vocal technique. If you like this kind of content, please like the video, consider subscribing to the channel and clicking the bell button so that you receive notifications for new videos. It might be something interesting for you and you have the option of watching, and it's just a click for you, but it helps me a lot with the algorithm, because if you like this video, there might be other people that like you would. That's all for today. You enjoy your day, you enjoy your coffee, and remember, if your concepts cannot be seen in the real world, they must change, and not the world.